I think it was definitely a tough one. I mean, the five setters are always just heartbreakers, and we had a good plan going into it, and I think that just the fifth set really got us.
What do you attribute? You're still struggling a bit in close games and close sets. Do you just attribute that to youth as your program develops?
I think it's more mental than it is physical. I think that we've been working through that, and that's definitely been our biggest challenge this year, is just losing those close 5-set matches.
How much do you think that 62-point second set, how much do you think that took out of you guys?
I think it definitely took a toll on us a little bit, but we train pretty hard, pretty long, so it shouldn't be too bad.
What's the message from the coaching staff and Coach Ayer after a game like this?
Just that we have to keep going. We still have 4 games on the table, and it's just what's next. And tomorrow is our next day and our next thing, so just getting through each and every game. We're going to start watching film on Maryland, start focusing on Maryland.
How big would it be just to get to 10 wins? I don't believe the team's been 500 in conference in at least a couple decades. So even no matter what happened in postseason, would it be a huge accomplishment just to get to 10 wins, and get to 500 in the conference?
That would be great, but our goal is the tournament.
Okay.
That's what we want.
In that fifth set, there was a timeout. I think it was 8-4. They were up, and then you guys had a pretty good comeback after that. What did Aaron and the coaching staff say to you guys during that?
Just kind of play your game, like stop worrying about all the stuff that has happened in the previous points, and it's 0-0 basically, even though it wasn't. But find your money, people, and keep going.
Play with confidence, and just it's the last set out of any game that we can play, and it's just like go get it. Like play with confidence, go rip on some balls, like
be brave.
Yeah.
Looking forward to Maryland, what are you guys looking to do better in that game?
We had a lot of service errors, so that was one of our things that Steve kind of highlighted. And that's not normally our game. We normally have a lot of aces and keep the ball in, and we fight that way. That's probably one of our strengths, so probably that.
Yeah, and I do think we followed the game plan well today, but I think that going into Maryland, we've played them before. We have some experience there, but I think it's just like sticking even more to it and just being even more aggressive.
With the service game, how do you guys outweigh being aggressive and trying to get those aces while being a little bit conservative and trying to avoid errors?
There's definitely a balance, and I think it's different for everybody, so just finding that balance within themselves.
Especially through those first 3 sets, Candy was playing really well. What was it like trying to feed her the ball and keep that momentum going?
She's just very focused on being Candy. I know it sounds goofy, but so I think it's just that, and just kind of feeding into her and making sure that she's happy and light and just flying around.
She's one of the most fun people to like get in her face because she's like, ah! Like she always has a big smile, and she's contagious to everyone on the court.
You can tell you guys have a great team chemistry. How do you hope to keep this chemistry going in these next 4 games?
I think just really focusing on each other and giving to each other in practice and when we're on the road, and just all the time.
We say it often, but just plugging into each other, and I think going into these last few weeks, it's not only plugging in on the court, but it's before practice, after practice, whenever, like checking in on each other, just making sure that everyone has a support system.
Anything else for these two?